Howdy folks, Gabriel here. This video is titled Love is on the Other Side of Fear. And the concept that I want to try to convey is the fact that most spiritual paths tend to sort of divide love and fear in such a way as saying love is this direction, fear is this direction, deny fear and move towards love. And it's that basic. And that's certainly a good general thing to think about is, choose love, don't live your life from a place of fear. Live love as much as you possibly can. But it isn't quite that simple in my opinion. The reason that we are separated from love is because fear is in the way. We've had fearful experiences in the past. The original split in God was a experience of fear that caused God to go flying apart in myriad different forms and spirits into the universe that we now know. And there's no way around healing that fear other than to feel it. It would be great if there was, if you didn't have to feel and face fear, but that is a fact of life, a reality of human existence, and it is important to acknowledge and face and deal with fears that we hold as a part of the spiritual process. Most human beings have a great deal of fear held within their soul that keeps them held back, that keeps them frozen, living from fear without realizing it. And as a result, they're separated from love. They don't actually feel love. They're just going about their business, doing what they need to do in life, getting things done, getting by, without really feeling the true joy and bliss and ecstasy of the universe, of the divine flow that is flowing all around us, that is right here, rushing past me right now. I can tap into it if my channels are open, but we all have some amount of fear and various clogged emotions and feelings and frozen energy stuck within us that need to be worked through. And so the reality is that moving in the direction of love sometimes means moving in the direction of fear, and it means facing your fears, feeling your fear, and going through it, like going through a dark tunnel, seeking the light at the other side. The Native American Vision Quest, which I talk about more in depth in another video, is a ceremony, a ritual in which a young person, probably most likely young boy, but perhaps girls were involved too, I'm not exactly sure, but anyone can do it of any age, any gender, any religion. And so a young person would be taken off into the wilderness, away from the tribe, away from the village, and put in a hole or a cave somewhere and left there without food or water for several days. And that's it. That's the basic concept. And the purpose was for you to be in an alternate environment that might bring about altered states, to be put in a position of uncomfortableness, of unfamiliarity, and as a result to face your fears. That certainly was one aspect of it, and who knows what else might come up. Maybe you would have visions, maybe you would see spirits and things, but really it was more about getting in touch with yourself, facing your inner fears, facing the unknown within in the course of experiencing this unknown experience without. So it's a very important process along the spiritual path to recognize fear, to not run away from it, in some sense to actually seek it out, to go within and find those places within where you're stuck in fear, where your fear is frozen, and try to get that energy moving. And there are many different ways to do that. Simply meditation, of course, is an active contemplation and going inward that can contact lots of things. Something else completely different is to go out into the wilderness by yourself. Do a vision quest if you like, or just go for a hike. For many people, being just in nature alone can be a scary experience. there are bears here. There might be one behind that tree, for all I know. But the reality is that North America is really quite safe. There isn't that much to be afraid of. So if you go out and you're hiking out in the woods and you're feeling very fearful, most likely that is simply your own fear that you're projecting out onto the world. There isn't really that much to actually be afraid of out here. If you're basically prepared and have some water and a jacket in case it starts snowing. To do things that are out of your comfort zone, that challenge you, bring up your fears, and allow you the chance to work through them. Just to seek to live life free from your fear, to do what you want to do regardless of fear, and when that fear comes up, just work through it, power through it, feel it, and seek to live a life in which you are not frozen and dragged down and held hostage by fear, because fears of society, fears of the unknown, fears of not being able to get what you need in life. I have definitely lived a life of a great deal of uncertainty. Off alone in the wilderness. I've spent many months alone backpacking in the wilderness, living on beaches in Hawaii, hitchhiking across the United States. Many difficult, challenging, fearful experiences. And they have really helped me grow and given me a great deal of trust in the universe, that the universe is in fact guiding this process, and that if I meet the universe, then the universe will meet me. Just to live life with that basic trust that the universe is there to provide for you and to protect you. It doesn't mean everything's going to be easy and nice, but just to seek to live life free from fear as much as possible by acknowledging fear, facing fear, working with it, and working through it. So just a few thoughts to think about. Thanks for watching.